What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing good. Back at you with another live training today. All right, so come on in here, ask any questions that you may have. But today's a really exciting day because we're going to be talking about how to build a seven-figure real estate business, right? Now, a lot of times on here, on this channel, I know a lot of people are starting off. So we talk the basics, right? How to get started, how you do your first deal, and all kind of the basics of how to get going. While that's very, very important, I do know there's a lot of you out there that are currently maybe doing 1 to 3 deals a month, somewhere in that range, but you're stuck, right? You're stuck at 1 to 3 deals a month and you just can't quite get to that next level of start doing 6, 7, 8, 10 deals a month and actually build $1 million business, right? So if you're at 1 to 3 deals per month, you have the base, you know the basics, but now you need systems and processes and ways to help you to scale that business, your existing business, from 1 to 3 deals a month to 10 deals a month or more, and start building a 7-figure business. Okay. So if that's you, then this video today is specifically made for you. Okay. I'm going to be going over the exact kind of 4 steps of what you need in order to build a 7-figure business. Okay. So stay tuned. I'm going to be going through it. So come on in here, ask any questions, post them in here right now so I can answer them for you, rounds them on this live. Okay. So if you have questions, make sure you ask them and I'll answer them for you. Okay. Yeah, we've been cranking. We had a really, really good week. Last week, we put 9 houses under contract. So that's really cool. We sold a lot. So last week we had 9 houses. This week we're already at, I think 7 houses, right? So, I mean, we're on track to do probably about 30, maybe more houses this month. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, I'm in this business. I've been in this business 18 years. So if you want to learn how to do this, I can help you, right? My company's doing 20, 30 more houses every single month. Okay. All right. So let's go over the keys to building a 7-figure wholesale business. I don't like wasting any time. I know your time's valuable and so is mine. So let's get into it, right? If you have questions, make sure you ask them. All right. I see a couple questions right off the bat. I'll answer them. Hey, what's up? Hey. Are you cold calling or texting? All right, Sterling, get this. I'm not doing either. What market you in? Okay, Austin, I'm in all 50 states. We're nationwide. Okay. We're scaling this business as large as it can go. We're going to be the biggest wholesaler in the country. All right. So let's get into it. As you have questions, put them in here and I'll answer them. Okay. All right. So kind of go off what Sterling asked here, are you cold calling or texting? Currently, my company right now, we're not doing either one of those. Okay. So what we focus on is what I like to call automatic assets. Okay. Now, what this is essentially, if you're cold calling or texting, you know how hard it is and how many people that you need to be contacting every single day in order to build a large company like mine. In order to do 10 houses a week, you have to do a lot of marketing, right? And especially when you're at my level and you're doing it nationwide, it's very, very hard to scale a texting or cold call operation. Okay, when you're doing it on that high a level. If you're in a couple markets, if you're just starting, cold calling and texting is what I recommend. But this is why most people get stuck at 1 to 3 deals per month. That is the perfect technique to get started because it's low cost and it's low entry barrier. But if you want to scale your business and you want to do it at a large level, you have to use automatic assets. Okay. Now, essentially with automatic assets, you have leads coming in every single day, nonstop, without you having to do anything. Okay. Now, these leads are coming in. And the beautiful part about these leads, right, is they're reaching out to you instead of you reaching out to them. So these are leads that are super, super motivated, and we're able to close them at a high rate. Okay. Now, when you're cold calling or texting, you're probably going to be able to close maybe one out of every 50, one out of every 70 leads, maybe. Right now, in my company, with the inbound lead system that we have, get this, we're closing about one out of every 10 to 12 leads. So every 10 to 12 leads that come into my business, we're putting under contract. Okay. So it's super, super powerful to have these inbound leads that I like to call automatic assets. So let me ask you, like, how would it feel for you in your business? How would it change if you didn't have to cold call, you didn't have to text, you didn't have to pull lists, you didn't have to skip trace, you didn't have to do any of this, but you were able to simply have sellers contact you and say, hey, Nick, I got to sell my house. I'm going through foreclosure. What can you do for me? And when you're in that type of conversation, it becomes very, very easy because you're not reaching out to them. The whole dynamic has changed. And now they're reaching out to you and they say, I need some help. Can you help me? And the answer is yes, I can. And then from there, you're simply finding out what they want on their property and you ask them, you're contacting me. How much would you like for your property? What's the asking price? Then you start there, then you negotiate down. So without this, without a predictable system, right? If people are just starting off, or you're doing 1 to 3 deals per month, you don't have a system in place. And you kind of probably have what I call hope marketing. Now, hope marketing is where most people start. You're just hoping and praying that you're putting together some marketing each day or each week that's going to generate some leads and generate some contracts. You don't have a proven plan in place, right? So at that point in time, when you're stuck at that 1 to 3 deals per month, you're kind of in that hope marketing situation. Now, I want to get you out of that, right? And that's how you're able to scale a company. And the big thing about what I'm doing now with the automatic assets and getting the inbound leads in order to get a company that you can scale is you have to have something very, very simple. The simpler that you can make your process, the more it can scale. Okay. When you have complicated systems, it's very hard to scale that. And that's why I make everything super, super simple in my company, because we're able to scale it at a high level and we're able to scale it fast. I'm able to take my company right now and scale as large as I want, as big as I want, and I can do this overnight because I have automatic assets. And what that means is it doesn't matter what I do. I just turn the dial up on my marketing. I can turn that dial, means I spend more money on marketing, means I get more leads, and I can do more deals. It's very, very simple to scale a company where you just turn that dial and the leads go up and the income goes up. But obviously you have to have the system in place. You have to have the right people to answer the calls and acquisitions and dispositions and all that type of stuff, right? But once you have that in place, it becomes very, very easy to scale. So, and not just that, but you have predictable metrics as well. This means down to a certain is how much it's going to cost you per lead. I know exactly in my company, exactly down to about the dollar of how much each lead is going to cost me. Okay. I know down to pretty much the dollar how much each lead is going to cost me I would say within $1 or $2. I know exactly. Okay. So super, super powerful. Not just that, not only do I know the cost per lead, but I know pretty much exactly how many leads it's going to take me to convert into deals. So if I get 100 leads in 1 week, I know exactly how much that's going to cost me. And I know exactly pretty much down to probably a variation of maybe one contract of how many I'm going to get that week. Okay. And that's a powerful part about having a system in place with automatic assets where the leads come to you. Okay. And that's what you need in order to scale. Okay. So if you're stuck at 1 to 3 deals per month, you got to find a way to get automatic assets and get inbound leads instead of doing outbound marketing. Okay. That's number 1. I'm going to go over 4 keys here for you today. The second thing you need is what I like to call conversion conversations. Okay. Now, what this is here is, you have a predictable sales script. All right. Just like a predictable marketing. Now you have to have a script and conversations that convert. Okay. Now, same thing with hope marketing. You don't want like a hope sales script where you're just going fly by night and saying whatever to sellers, right? And that's if you're stuck at that 1 to 3 deals per month, you probably don't have a very, very predictable and scalable sales script that you're using on every single person. Now, after doing this for 18 years, I've come up with a sales script that I know that converts. And I'm using conversations that are so irresistible that sellers can't deny it because I'm picking out exactly what they want. I know exactly down to a T by asking the right questions what their pain point is and how we can help them, right? And that's how you're able to convert 1 out of 10, not only by having the inbound marketing, but also having conversations that convert, okay? So that's super, super important. So you have to have that, okay? Now, not just that, okay? What I'd like to, someone says the video froze here. Sorry, I got distracted. If the video did freeze, let me know, okay? But it doesn't look frozen on my end. So when you have conversion conversations, not only are they powerful, but we're doing everything over the phone. Remember that. And this is why we're able to scale once again to such a high level, because everything is over the phone. We never go on appointments. Even if we have a deal pretty much in our backyard, we're not going to go to it. Because think about how much time it takes and energy it takes to leave the office, go look at a property, get back on the groove of things. You're wasting a couple hours. In those 2 hours that you're out looking at one property on appointment, my team is talking to a lot of sellers, right? So when you have those automatic assets coming in, you want to be dialed in and talking to those sellers. And if you have a sales script that can convert over the phone, you're going to be doing this much, much better, okay? So super important that you do everything over the phone. And not just that. Think about this. Usually this happens. In the time that it takes you to go out to an appointment, my team has already locked up that deal. Time kills all deals. In the time that you schedule that appointment out, maybe later that day or later that week, we probably talked to that person and we got that contract signed before you even went to the house. And that's what happens, okay? And that's what happens. So it's very, very important that you move with urgency and you move with speed. And that's also in this conversion conversations is it's all based on urgency. So we're putting a lot of urgency in this conversation about why it's super important that we get this signed contract right now, right over the phone. Okay. So you got to have conversion conversations. That's number 2. The third thing that you need is what I like to call my black box sales positioning. Now, essentially, this is my way of selling deals. Once you get them under contract, you have to be able to sell these deals. But not only you have to sell them, if you want to scale to a high level and you want to make a lot of money each month, you want to make $1 million business, it's very, very hard, if not impossible, to do this on just $5,000 deals. Okay. You have to be converting these deals and selling them at a high price. You have to make those spreads very, very high. And if you try doing just $5,000 deals, you're pretty much never going to build $1 million business. In my company right now, my average assignment fee is $18,000, but we're working on getting that up even higher. And my highest one that I've ever had was $149,000 on one deal. Now, would that be possible by just a normal sales process? No, there's no way possible I would be able to make $149,000 on one deal if I didn't know how to position the property in a way where you make sellers bid on the deals like they're on the MLS, okay? And that's what I do in my company. When we get a deal on a contract, we're using this black box sales positioning to pretty much auction this property off to the highest bidder. Okay. It's not like, okay, this is the price, buy it, I'm making $5,000. No, I'm getting the spread as much as I can. You're going to bid on this property. I'm going to have you compete against every other investor in the area, and the highest bid gets it. Okay. The person who's willing to pay the most money gets the deal. And that's why this is so important. Okay, guys, you have to be doing this. You got to have those big spreads. You're not going to build $1 million business on $5,000 spreads and using the MAO formula that people give you 10 years ago where you minus your fees and minus $5,000. That's not how you do this business. That's not how you make $1 million business. You have to make that compete, and that's how you got to get those big spreads, okay? And not just that, the way that I do this, there's a lot of, I'm going to go back to hope on this as well. Not hope marketing, but hope dispositions. A lot of people don't have a proven process to sell the deal. Okay. So you have to have a proven process, and you have to know how to identify every single buyer in a market. Remember, I'm nationwide. So do you think that I have a list of buyers in every single city across the country? No, that's pretty much impossible. Remember, if you want to scale, you do it simple. So what's simple? You have a software, you have a system where you're able to identify every single buyer in every market. So it doesn't matter where I get a property under contract. I know that all I have to do is go in and look up every single person who's bought a house for cash within the past year and contact those people and make them compete and bid on, and I'm going to drive them up. And once I get the highest price, I'm going to get them up more. And then I'm going to get them some more. And I'm going to get that highest price possible. And that's how you build $1 million business. You get low discounts on the front end by getting motivated leads. You have conversion conversations to really pinpoint exactly the pain points and get that low price. And then you have conversion. Then you have black box sales positioning to identify every single buyer and make them drive the price up. And that's how you get the big spreads on deals. And that's how not only are you making more money, but you're still selling them quickly, you're moving fast, and you're turning these properties over. And before you know it, once you learn these few things, the deals from 1 to 3 deals per month goes to 10 deals per month very, very easily. Okay. Now keep this in mind too. I don't have a big company. You know, we're doing last week 9 deals. This week, we're probably on track to do probably the same. I do this with one person helping me run my company. I have one acquisition person, and I have one person on disposition and handling all title work. That's it. I get 3 people, and we're doing this business at a very, very high level. Okay, one of the top in the country. I'm not saying we're the biggest by any means, but I guarantee you the amount of deals that we do for our overhead is probably the lowest in the industry. And you don't do this without proper systems in place. And that's what I've been able to identify. And that's what I've been able to do through my 18 years of experience, because I know this business. I didn't just start this last week. Okay, guys, I didn't just start this business last week. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this kind of stuff. So this is going to bring me into the 4th thing that you need. All right. If you want to do this business at a high level and you want to do it quickly, you have to get the right coach. Okay. And I'm not saying this has to be me, right? But you need to hire somebody that's doing what you want to do. And this is probably one of the biggest issues in the industry right now. Okay. And this is where a lot of things go wrong. And it's probably one of the biggest problems. People are hiring people who are not doing what they want to do. Okay. Think about this. If you want to build $1 million company, you need to hire someone who's actually active in the business, making millions of dollars. There's a lot of coaches out there that are not active wholesalers, but they're trying to teach you how to build $1 million business, but they can't do it themselves. That's a big issue. And you can't take advice from someone who can't do it themselves. If someone's tried and failed and they can't do it, then they're trying to teach you how to do it. That's an issue. All right. So you need to make sure that you hire someone who's doing what you want to do at a high level. If you only want to make $100,000 a year, fine. Find someone who's making $100,000. But if you want to make $1 million a year, you have to find someone in the business who's making $1 million plus a year, so you can replicate what they're doing. My students, I give them my business. I give it to them in a box. Boom. This is what I'm doing. You copy exactly what I'm doing. And if you do exactly what I'm doing, you're going to get the same exact results that I do. And that's how you're supposed to coach somebody. I'm giving you my business in a box. You want to make $1 million business? Boom. This is exactly what you do. I'm going to get on the phone with you every single day, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing in my business so you can copy it. That's the easiest and that's the fastest way to learn how to build $1 million business. Okay, guys? Because I'm telling you right now, if you hire the wrong person, that's just wasting money. But even worse than hiring the wrong person is trying to go at this by just using trial and error. You spend so much time. And when I first started, I'll be straight with you guys. That was one of my biggest issues. I tried to do all this on my own until I smartened up and I hired some mentors and people to help me, because you spend so much time spinning your wheels. It takes a long, long time to learn how to do this business at a high level. And you can spend a lot of time, wasted money, wasted opportunity, on wasted money on marketing. And you're doing all these things, you're not making any traction. And you could have spent that money on hiring someone and you would have saved yourself tens of thousands of dollars in marketing costs that aren't getting you anywhere. And you're probably losing out if you're waiting a year to hire someone. You're losing out on millions of dollars worth of opportunity. So if you want to do something, you have to jump in, right? And you have to hire someone who's doing it so they can be over your shoulder and help you. Okay, guys. So if this is something that you're interested in, I would love to talk to you guys. So what I want to do right now is, if this is something you're interested in and you would like me to personally help you, and what I can do is I can actually go over my exact business with you. I'll go over the automatic assets. I'll go over the conversion conversations. I will go over my black box sales positioning, and I will go over how we can work together. And you would like to actually have a conversation with me, I will personally get on a phone call with you. Okay. If you want to get on a phone call with me, I'm going to open up my schedule right now. Okay. Over the next 2 days. So this means over the next 2 days, today, tomorrow, Saturday, if you want to schedule a phone call with me and actually go over your business, what I can do is I can look under the hood of your business. But remember, this is for active wholesalers. Okay. This is not for brand new people. I have a program for brand new people. This is for people who are, you're stuck. Maybe you've done a deal. Maybe you only done one deal, but you kind of know what you're doing, but you want some help getting to that next level. Okay. What I'll do is I will sit down. I will schedule a 20-minute phone call. We can talk about your business. We can talk about what you're currently struggling with. I can see what you're doing for marketing. I can see what your sales scripts look like. I can see what your disposition process looks like. I can talk about your team members. We can go over all this type of stuff, and I can help you. Okay. Kind of a game plan call. And then what we do is we can talk about what it would look like to work together. If you want me to personally help you, coach you one-on-one, right? I have a one-on-one mentorship program. If you would like to, no pressure. If you just want to get on a call and talk about your business, you don't have to hire me, right? That's fine. But I'll be doing you a disservice if I didn't at least tell you about my program and how I can help you. So if you are doing this right now, okay, guys, if you're in this business and you want some help getting to the next level, very simple. All you have to do is go to apexwholesaling.com. When this gets done, I will put the link under the video. All you have to do is go to apexwholesaling.com. Okay, I will put the link under the video here. Just click on it. And you want to go to option 2, right? When you go to Apex Wholesaling, what's going to happen? You have option 1 for newbies. If you're brand new, you've never done a deal before, and you want help doing your first deal, I have a low cost option for that. But today, the people that I talked about today that are currently stuck at 1 to 3 deals per month, go to Apex Wholesaling, click option 2. You're stuck at 1 to 3 deals per month and you want help scaling and building $1 million business. Go to option 2 and schedule a phone call with me. There'll be a form on there where you can schedule a phone call with me. Okay. And we can have a conversation. We can have a conversation about where you're at and where you want to go and how I can help you get there. Okay. So super, super important. Make sure you do that. I'm opening up my schedule. We can have a 20-minute phone call and we can talk about your business and where you want to go and how I can help you. And super, super powerful. Okay, guys. So this is, and to show you that, this is true one-on-one, I will personally be taking these phone calls. I know usually when, people pitch you this type of stuff, they get a salesperson or something to talk to. Not the case. I will personally get on a phone call with you and I will tell you about my business and what I'm doing and how I can help you do the same thing. So you can mimic exactly what I'm doing in my business. Okay. I do see some questions here about newbies. So let me just address this real quickly. If you are brand new, right, and you're struggling to get started, you haven't done your first deal, You're just confused about the entire process and you're having a hard time getting started and you want help doing your first deal, go to Apex Wholesaling as well. Okay, go to Apex Wholesaling as well and click the first option. It says, I want Nick to help me close my first deal within the next 30 days. That's option number 1. You click that. And what that is a very low cost partnership program. What that means is I will actually partner with you and we can JV and I can help you do your first deal and we'll split the profits. Okay. So we'll actually team up and we'll do it together. Okay. If you're brand new, this is the fastest way to get started. Okay. But if you're already current, then once you do a deal, the beautiful part about this is why I did this is once I help you do a deal, we partner on a deal, you make some money, then I can actually mentor you and I can help you go from your first deal to building $1 million business. Okay, guys. So if you haven't done a deal, use option 1. If you're currently stuck at 1 to 3 deals per month or 5 deals per month or whatever it may be, maybe you're stuck at 8 deals per month, but you still haven't got to that build that $1 million business yet and you want help, go to option 2. All right. So that's it. Very, very simple. Let me see if I have any quick questions here to go over. Let's take a look here. We talked about that. And Nick, I'll be signing up. Great. Okay, for someone just starting, looking to get started, I just addressed this. Go to option 1, Apex Wholesaling, option 1. And for your brand new people, I have a partnership program where I will actually partner with you and help you do your first deal within the next 30 days. Okay, myself and my team will actually do most of the work for you so you can get paid quickly and we split the profit. Okay, that's right. My biggest deal is 149,000. That was big. Yes, process is key. Do you do any creative financing or just focus on wholesaling? I would say we do some creative financing, but it's not our biggest thing. Probably 90% of what we do is wholesaling. If we can't make a deal work at a wholesale price, we'll at least pitch them a creative option. Some people will take it, some people won't. But that's not our first game plan. Do you have any videos for newbies? Yes. Option 1, Apex Wholesaling. Go to option 1. I'm having a hard time convincing sellers that I have a proof of funds. Okay. I hear this quite a bit. And let me just address this. We do hundreds of houses a year. Like I said, 10 houses last week, 9 houses this week. 9 last week, or I think we're at 7 now. Probably do the same, about 9 this week, maybe 10, hopefully. So what's that mean? 30 plus deals, 300 plus deals a year. Out of those 300 plus deals a year, I don't think maybe 1%, maybe 1 deal, maybe 2 deals out of 300 I've ever shown a proof of funds. Okay. So what that comes down to is this. If someone's asking you to show proof of funds, they don't trust you. That's all that it is. So you don't need a proof of funds. What you need to do is get better at being on the phone and talking to sellers. If they're asking for a proof of funds, they don't believe that you can do the transaction. So that means you have to get better at talking to sellers. Like I said, I'm talking maybe 1%, 0.5% of the time do we ever show a proof of funds. We don't need to because we're talking to motivated sellers. And only time motivated sellers hardly ever ask for proof of funds. Only time someone's going to ask for proof of funds if maybe they're another business person. It's an investment property and they're getting out of the business or something. But a true motivated seller doesn't care about proof of funds. All they care about is selling their deal. Okay. So work on your sales script. If you're getting a lot of kickback on proof of funds, it just means they don't trust you. So you have to get better at on the phone. Okay. You don't need a proof of funds. You got to get better on the phone. Okay, good. I look forward to it. Look forward to it, Oscar. No, so good question. So in my partnership program, if you're brand new It's not just one deal. Okay. I will partner with you on as many deals as you want. Okay. Until you feel comfortable at going on your own. Okay. So it's unlimited amount of deals. Okay. In option one, do we need a cold call or you guys help us? No. So you'll need to, we show you exactly what to do. But yes, you're going to need to reach out to sellers and get leads and that type of stuff. So it doesn't have to be cold calling. It can be texting, it can be mail. I show you all kinds of different ways. I give you my entire marketing plan. But yes, you do need to be able to talk to sellers and get leads, but we help you with that. We show you exactly how to do it, right? People working for me do that volume. Well, all my employees have been with me for a while. I'm not sure if that's what you mean. But I will tell you this, the person who just completed my mentorship program, he went from doing no deals, and the mentorship program is 12 weeks. It's 3 months long. At the end of the 3 months, he went from zero to over $100,000 in 12 weeks. So that shows you the power of what I'm showing, because all you're doing is replicating my exact business. 0 to 100,000 in 12 weeks. Okay. Do you have any suggestions for avoiding putting up earnest money? Okay, so good question. On every single contract that I do, I put $100. Okay, now you can put less if you want, but I find $100 is pretty low cost for me anyways. Maybe some people it's not, obviously. You could put $10 on there if you want. I mean, you don't realistically, you could not put anything if you don't want to, but we never really put more than that. Our highest that we've ever gone is $500. And same going with the proof of funds. 99% of every deals that we do, we put $100 down. And we don't get pushback because they trust us on the phone. They know that we're going to fulfill what we say we're going to fulfill. Okay. And we have confidence in our voice that we're going to do it. And same thing. It takes a very savvy person to say, I need more than that. Most motivated sellers don't care about that. So if they're asking for more, it's kind of like the proof of funds. They don't really trust you. So you got to get better at it on the phone. But yeah, 99% what we do is $100. We don't get much pushback. And if we do get pushback, we let them know, listen, this is company policy. That's our answer for a lot of things. Why do we do certain things? You know, why is this? Why is this? It's all company policy. There's always a company policy. There's always procedures. Even if you're the owner, it's a company policy. How come you only have $10 down there? Well, it's company policy. That's all we ever do. They're gonna say yes or no. But if you just let them know straight up, this is how we do it. We're gonna close on your property in less than 30 days. We're gonna get it done for you. You can take the money. You can move on to bigger and better things. The $10 shouldn't really affect you any. You don't hold it either way. You know what I mean? Just let them know. Company policy. Be very firm. Be firm and confident. Sales are lost over a word or two. Word tracks. I'm not sure what that means. How do you find motivated sellers? There's a lot of different ways. So it all depends where you are in your business. Okay. I suggest different things for different people depending on where you are in your business and what your budget is. Your budget is going to depict what you should do. Okay. Do I buy on-market deals? No, never. See, that the biggest issue here is if you're asking for a proof of funds, you're probably dealing with a realtor. We never buy anything listed online. Nothing listed by a realtor. If you get something listed by a realtor, it's not a deal. 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, it's not a deal. For a few reasons. One, you have every other person competing on this listing. If you pay more than other investors in the area and you're the highest bidder, you have nobody to sell that deal to. If you're the highest bidder, who are you going to sell the deal to? Nobody. Secondly, you have to deal with realtors. I don't want to deal with realtors. And realtors are going to want you to use their contract that protects the seller. I want to use my contract that protects me. Okay. Those are the two major reasons we never do deals on that are listed. And that's why I never get asked for proof of funds. You can partner as long as you want. Sign up. I'm not sure of the question. If you're already a member, go to the private Facebook group over there and ask the question. I just did a live over there as well. I did a live in my private partnership groups. Go over there and ask the questions. I'm always available. Yes, get signed today. Let's do this. Okay, let's keep on looking here. Any other questions? Got a lot of questions here. I'm trying to go through them. What about if you have a friend who's a realtor? Can you do business with them? I mean, you can do business with them if you want, but it's the same thing. I mean, when you're wholesaling, there's no need to use a realtor. Frankly, they're going to screw the whole thing up, right? The realtor is going to want commission. I mean, why do you want to pay somebody? I mean, if you can do it yourself, and you're gonna go into the same issues, even though they might be a friend, you're still going to get other people competing against the listing, and they're still going to want you to use their contracts because a realtor needs to use their contracts. The company makes them. So even if it is a friend, you don't need a realtor, and I would highly suggest you don't use one. To be honest with you, use a realtor if you're looking to buy a property, like to live in for your family or something like that. You're looking for maybe an investment property to rent out, then use a realtor. But if you're in wholesaling, no need to. Okay. Because she's willing to share the MLS with me. Yeah, that goes back to my original thing. You want to be looking for off-market properties when you're wholesaling. I don't care about listings. I don't care about the MLS. I don't want properties that are listed for sale. If they're listed for sale, I'm going to pay too much for them. Okay. What's the biggest objection you come across? Well, it's obviously price. Pricing is probably the biggest one. The second one is people will tell you if they're tire kickers, I got to think about it. That's usually the biggest objection, price, and then I got to think about it. But there's easy ways to overcome those. I have a full list of 20 pages of objections and rebuttals for all my students. That's simple. Like I said earlier in the conversion conversations, it's all about urgency, and we tell people exactly why they should sign right away. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for today. We went a little long here that I'd like to go, but hopefully this helps you. Okay. If you're stuck at 1 to 3 deals per month and you want me to help you scale your business to $1 million, go to Apex Wholesaling. We can schedule a phone call. I will sit down with you, do a 20-minute game plan call. We'll go over your business, what you're struggling with, and how we can work together. If you're brand new and you want help doing your first deal, you want to partner with me, we can split the profits. Go to Apex Wholesaling, go to option number 1. All right, guys, hopefully this helps you. If you have any questions, if you need anything, feel free. In my bio, everywhere, I have a phone number you can text. You can hit me up on Facebook Messenger. You can send me a message inside one of my groups, Facebook group, anywhere. Get a hold of me. I'm happy to help you. Ask your questions. Anything you need, I'm always available. So hit me up. Let's work together. Let's make some money together, and let's do this. I'll talk to you soon.